And if I eat, we all eat, man. That's the way we. That's the problem with a lot of us Mexicans, man. That's the problem with a lot of us, our raza, is that. Uh, and I'm sorry for saying this, but the envidia is our death, man. You can never see someone going up. No, primero yo, güey. No, que ya te crees. No, how come? Like, hey, man, déjame ayudarte. Let me help you. Let me get you up here. And I've learned that because I've seen club owners que son bien mamones.
Yeah.
Mexicanos raza. They're like, no, tú no, bro. No te voy a pagar eso porque. Oh, but you want me to make you money. And it's where you got to get business savvy as DJs and as musicians and say, well, without me, there is no you. Just like without you, there is no me. So we gotta find a middle ground somewhere, but I'm always down to help people, always down to help businesses, love those that love you. Like I always say, I think envidia is the death of, can be the death of anything, not just our race, but just, I know so many people that like, oh, well, you're up there. Well, no, I'm not going to help you, bro. Like, no, let me shine. Let me do. Yo nomás el chingón. Nah, dude. Like, if I'm up here, like, let's all come up. That's how that's my mentality. Is like, why not open the gates for everybody and say, hey, we all eat. You know what I mean? Like, I think that's the way it should be. But unfortunately, you got those that are envidiosos and celosos.
¿Por qué pasa eso? Let's get into that. Why do you think people grow up like that?
I think because they weren't taught properly, man. Either that or they were given everything too soon. They don't know the value of hard work. They never fell on their ass and were able to get up and say, you know what? Damn, I failed a million times, man. You guys see you've seen the sellout concerts of the drive-ins or me opening for this or me doing, certain events, but you don't see the blood, sweat, and tears where I've failed, man. Where I've had events where in the past when I was coming up where no one showed up or I was told I was a crappy DJ or, ya te crees or, you got to learn you got to have thick skin. You got to grow up and say, hey, you know what? I'm going to do this again. There's people that are just, I don't know, man, they just weren't taught well and you can't blame them. Just can say, hey, God bless you and good luck.
I do, and I agree 100% with you. And that's one of the reasons I'm doing this. To be honest with you, maybe we didn't talk about this, but my goal with this is not to be a YouTuber, to be famous. La verdad, no. My goal number one is to network, but I also want to, because I think that once you find yourself successful, not money-wise, but in a way that says, okay, I'm happy, content with where I am right now, right? And that's kind of like everybody defines success a different way, but I define it that way. Says, okay, I'm happy, no me falta nada, my life is great. And I think that the next step is kind of like give back, right? Like the next step, it feels really good for someone to be like, hey, thank you, right? And my take on this, going a little bit back to that, is like for people that hear that perspective. Because the truth is that, yes, I can talk bad about that hater or that esa persona que it's... Yeah. But then if you look at, okay, déjame ver quién son sus papás. Okay, I can kind
the apple
of
doesn't
tell.
fall far
now,
from the tree.
Exactly, and they never will offer a different perspective. So I know that as an adult, of course, there is a time that you go left and right. I understand that maybe you don't have the best upbringing, the best parents. Pero a la misma vez, at 20, 25...
You start learning.
Ya dijiste esto, okay. Like, I understand. Like, I get it. This is kind of like my excuse, but there's also a different path. And I think that most people... it's very convenient to choose this path, and kind of like we already talked about it, that's my excuse, right? So one of my goals is to offer that one person that maybe is like, I want to hear that perspective. That's why I told you my take on this is not really going into your career a lot, because there's a lot out there. I think that a lot of people, and I know my daughter will benefit from listening to your perspective on things.
Yeah.